Stratasys sales has fallen. The Netherlands Navy stays afloat. Lore has a new shoe to help you get in cadence. And a new Blender add-on that will help you with your G-code. Plus, as always, deals and our free print of the day. I'm Tommy at PPN. Let's print some news. Stratasys, one of the largest additive manufacturers in the world and one of the biggest names in the industry, period, for good or for bad, has just released their Q3 earnings. And so some of y'all may be cheering this. There is more to the story. Their new equipment sales has dropped from 162 down to 140 million. The reason for that obviously is consumers are pulling back on some of their capital equipment investments. However, it's not all bad news, as we'll see here. Stratasys has made some serious moves to sharpen up its profitability in other areas. For instance, their gross margin jumped to 44.8% thanks to stronger sales in consumables, improving operations direct and ditching less profitable businesses. And check this out, the net loss shrank to 26.6 million. That is a big improvement from last year's 47.3. However, that's not all. They even hit non-GAAP profitability. If you don't know what that is, that's basically the U.S. has certain standards. This goes on and explains a little bit more as business has changed since those initial sales have done. There's plus and minuses for those. If you're interested, please go look that up. Very interesting read. An operating expense of 12.7 last year has dropped down to 4.5 million as they continue to stress areas that show profitability and increase gain in the market while keeping production in-house. Their CEO, named here, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I murdered my kid's name. I'm not even going to go after that name. Has backed up supply chain resiliency along with onshoring to drop down from 12.7 to $4.5 million in operating cash expenses. This is a big drop. They've taken away industries and focuses that have been costing them money and are focusing more on automotive, aerospace, and other profitable venues. Translation, Stratasys probably did not like the COVID shutdown and all the supply chains issue and has really reverted into in-house production and in-house streaming so they don't have to have the issues. If anything comes up like this, they can supply themselves and they can keep going as an industry. They have not, however, dropped in research and development. Speaking of innovation, the new F3300 3D printer is absolutely crushing it, with companies like Toyota, Nissan already putting it to work. Adding to the restructuring, which has unfortunately slashed at least 15% of the workforce, is not good, but it has saved them $40 million annually to fuel future growth, which hopefully they continue to drop into research and development. If you follow this channel, you know that there's been a blow up in the additive manufacturing with so many people throwing money into it, governments and other programs. Stratasys has revised their 2024 outlook. They are now reporting a 570 to 580 million and non-GAAP gross margins just under 50%. This is looking good for them in the long term, so though their sales in new machines has gone down, they are showing an explosion everywhere. So what does this mean? If we look at this trend from Stratasys and see if it's applied to everywhere, they are tightening their belt, but they are not giving up on the future of this industry as they see it ready to explode and as they're dumping in research and development, which means a lot of cool new toys to play with, hopefully. And I can't wait to see what they come out with. I hope that they really are getting a lot of investment on their dollar because the innovations they've come up with in the past have been so exciting, and I'm ready to see what they're going to do with the future. Stitch3r is leveling up the game and allowing us to see G-coding a lot easier with their new add-on, and I cannot wait for this. It is going to be such a huge improvement if the company's promises are fulfilled on how this G-coding is going to be a lot easier to see and manage. If you have ever been squinting at your G-code,
can't see,
trying to make sure that it is absolutely perfect and look for any errors, Stitch3r has got your back with this. They've worked with companies like Prusa, and they basically are putting this on hyperdrive. It is definitely going to be a whole new world with this.
A whole new world of plunder.
Whether you're looking at exactly how that overhang is, make sure it's just right, or your infill pattern is just the way you want it, now you can. How, you may ask? By actually importing the G-code into Blender. It's going to give you a director level type of cut. It is going to give you the control that you didn't know was possible, if the company's promises are what they are. I am dying to see this. It's like having the power of the Matrix in an add-on. But you're not dodging bullets, you're dodging failed prints. And though Blender is free with its open source, this plugs right into that. It will be $25, but if you've had enough failed prints and wasted material, this could be a steal for its price. Of course, we'd all rather have free, but I'd much rather pay $25 than how much I've lost in filament to make sure that I could control things that are going on and better plan the G-code so I'm not getting some of these stupid fails that I get. I don't know about you, but I can be an idiot at times. And how many of y'all would love to catch an error before it prints out in the G-code? So whether you're a beginner or one of the most expert crafters, this is an add-on that I feel is a must if it lives up to its. So whether you're freshly dipping your toes into Blender and starting to get into G-code and 3D printing, or you're in the deep end as a veteran, at $25, this is an absolute steal for everyone out there and should save far more than that in the filaments that you're going to waste through bad G-code and not proper planning. And if you like these stories and found these helpful, please do drop a like and subscribe. Maybe even comment on what you're most excited about with the G-code. I know I'd just be glad in saving the time and the money that I do from doing some of the worst coding that is out there. But hey, hopefully you're better than sinking into a failed print than I am. Who is staying afloat with these now? The Royal Netherlands Navy, and that is due to 3D printers. No longer are they going to have to go back to port if they're missing essential parts. They are bringing 3D printing labs on board their ships. Yes, I know I keep saying this, but that's what makes this technology amazing. The portability and the ability to print exactly what you need at that time. Again, 100 pounds of tools is not as effective as 50 pounds of material to make any tool or any replacement, period. And the Netherlands sees that as well. They're printing on demand now in ships. As I said, it's going to keep them out of dock. But here's the game changer. Every ship in their fleet is equipped with an Ultimaker 3D printer, turning each vessel into a floating factory. No more bulky inventories or hefty shipping costs. Just prints what you need when you need it. Need a water filter for all that salt water? Print it with PETG. Lightweight but strong. Brackets for landing boats? Composite carbon filters has got you covered. Now the layer lines may still be there. I don't know. I haven't seen any of their parts yet. But I know the process is seamless. It starts off with the headquarters approving designs and pieces that are needed. They then upload it to the secure network, which the crew members then are able to access. From there, it's a few clicks away towards a fully functional part that saves so much time and meets the exact specifications that they need. Thanks to the digital factory software and Ultimaker's Cura, they now have a vending machine basically of parts in a digital library, always just a few clicks away. And how valuable is that going to be on some of the most important naval missions that they have to undertake? This ability to decrease the storage and the weight, make them ready at a moment's notice, is going to be a game changer and has been a game changer for so many naval operations, and Netherlands is not one to shy away from this technology. So once again, 3D printing helps another navy rise high into the seas and chart its course towards another successful mission. So let's switch gears with Geared Up as we cycle into the next story. Yes, another sports story, this time shoe. No, not the Nike shoe that many of y'all have seen, but the Lure 2. Yes, of course, it is 3D printed. Why else would I be reporting on it? It is a revolutionary cycling shoe from Avid Production Develops and Labrizol. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, but most likely, knowing me, I am absolutely murdering that name. And if you're from them, again, I am sorry. But these aren't your average kicks. No. They are something way more advanced than that. They are a custom-made masterpiece, and they will fit your foot like a glove. Or, well, really like a shoe, but you know what I mean.
Like a glove?
And here's how it worked. This isn't your grandma's shoe fitting. This starts out with a high-resolution 3D scan that is tech straight out of Star Trek episode. You can either visit a fancy bike shop that is affiliated with them, or get a scanner shipped to your house, because who doesn't want to scan their toes in 4K? Okay, probably none of us do, sorry. And the result are going to come out far better than the TPU slides that I printed at home. They're good enough, but I'm not going to win the Tour de France in these things. However, these shoes, also printed with TPU uppers, deliver an unbelievable comfort, support, and pedal-to-the-metal power transfer. And with 3 models, the low nylon coming in at $1,349, the low carbon at $1,649, and mid carbon at $1,849, you're spoiled by a plethora of choices, though I'm wondering where is the high carbon. I'm probably not going to drop money on this because I'm no cyclist. It's more expensive than any bike I've ever had, or even most of the printers I have in my house. But if you're into cycling, what's a little bit of financial pain for the flex and the perfect customization to your foot that this Lure 2 provides. And thanks to Lubrizol's cutting-edge material, the Lure 2 enhances the aerodynamics and eliminates common shoe discomfort. No more numb toes or awkward adjustments mid-ride. It's just you, your bike, and the smoothest ride of your life. Once your design is finalized, the shoes are 3D printed and assembled. It does take about 12 to 14 weeks for them to then come in and be delivered to your door so you can slide on a cyclist's heaven on a foot. And that'll give you just enough time to heal from donating the kidney that you had to buy these things, or at least get the financing for your next race.
Hands off my kidney!
And why is this a big deal? Because they're not the only ones doing this. Adidas has, Nike has for mentions, Brooke has, and I know there's another one I'm forgetting about off the top of my head, are all throwing their name into the hat ring. And if you're a hobbyist 3D printer and print at home, there are TPU slides out there, like I said, that I've made. This is just another step forward to be able to print and make more things just yourself and be able to customize it and adjust it to what you need at home on your own time. And what's better than that? And I just love that. I'm sure many of you makers do. We want to make pretty much everything we can at home. Illustrium, that's the company that I had forgotten with the other shoe company. So if you have the $1,500 or more to spend on this and cycling is important to you, the Lure 2 is going to level up your game. Whether you're a weekend rider or you're challenging for the Tour de France, this shoe is going to let you ride in comfort. And speaking of comfort, why not give your wallet some comfort? If you're planning on dropping this, have I got some deals for you to make back some of that money that you're dropping on this? Glad you're still here. Let me save you some money. Today we're going to talk about the Bambu Lab Black Friday sale. We'll be covering that a lot this week and starting to cover some of those Black Friday sales that you can be prepared for to save some money for you and the people you care about. First off today, we have the Bambu Lab X1C. Originally $14.49, right now on sale for $11.99. Nice price. Next up, we got the P1S, also from Bambu, obviously. Originally $6.99, right now $5.49. The next one down from there, the Bambu Lab A1, originally $3.99, now down to $2.99. And probably the best beginner and small printer that you can get, the A1 Mini, originally $2.99, all the way down to $1.99. So hope those deals are available. Bambu printers got a great reputation. Some concerns, yes, but still these are some great deals to be had if you can bypass any of those concerns that they have. I know I have myself and own two. Love them along with a lot of others. But anyways, If those aren't in your cards or you already have them, let's go ahead and get you a free print that you can use with those printer deals today. And if none of those deals piqued your interest, I do have one that's absolutely free, so how can it not? This right here. This is your Monopoly, and I'm sure for other games you can quite simply add this on. This is the Orbit Organizer by Garen Mosius. I'm just terrible with names. I just need to start putting them up on screen rather than actually saying them. And no, it's not just an organizer. Look at all these features that come with it. That is so cool. A dice tower, that in itself makes it worth the print, to me at least. Because I can't tell you how many times my kids just spill it off the table, or we try to roll hard thinking that we're cool and just mess it up. Now we can keep better organized, keep cleanup faster, spend less time worrying about the details and more time worrying about having fun. So I hope you had fun with us today. If you like this episode and want to see more, please drop that like and subscribe. Let me continue to make these videos because I love this industry and I would love to keep telling you the stories that are coming out of it on a daily basis. So until tomorrow, may you always get that perfect print.